graduated college. It's funny because I was just out there with everyone and they asked when did I graduate and I was like, oh, back in 2015. I'm like, that's 10 years ago. Oh my gosh. So this is amazing. I'm truly humbled, truly honored. But before I say anything else, I just want to make sure I start this the right way, okay? So if everyone, besides the graduates, if you guys could just all stand for one moment. All around, just sing all around. It's too hard work. Like, you guys did it, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all could put your shoulders down a little bit, you know what I'm saying? The hard part is done, and so thank you so much. You guys are an artist as well. A creative who was raised in the projects of Brooklyn, New York. Okay, pick it up. Marlboro Projects. in a Pentecostal home by parents who were immigrants from Haiti. But a lot of my upbringing, a lot of it had me in moments where I was in silence. Because there were times where my inside didn't reflect my outside, if you guys can kind of get my drift a little bit. So in these moments of silence, I filled it with so much imagination. So I didn't take, basically what I'm saying is, I don't allow where I've been to define who I am. And I only say that to you because many times we want to define things specifically based on what we go through, but it's for that situation to teach us. It's for us to learn from it. If there's a way that in anything that you're in at the moment, if you're able to have like this bird's eye view of you, just seeing yourself operating, you'll get like this different perspective. You'll get like this idea of seeing how patterns are actually forming. But not necessarily forming, not in your favor, but mainly in your favor. If you just pause and just become more aware of that moment. Because you're not your pain, you're not even the applause that you receive. Like, you are who you really are, truly, is the awareness beyond all of this. If you guys just let that sink in a little bit, it's having to understand the greatness that you already possess. Because it's the greatness that you already have that has you in these seats right now. And I was here just 10 years ago. Well, not just 10 years ago. It feels like just 10 years ago. But all of this to say that it just brings me back to a story, because if you just allow the moment to kind of unfold for you, what seems like should be an issue for you really would not be an issue. Because there was a moment I was working on a client and I had all my patterns ready. You know, who are you guys, who of you are fashion designers? Okay. So y'all know what I'm talking about when I'm saying patterns. It's not patterns like on a shirt and stuff. Okay. So there was one piece that I was missing, and this is for a client, and the whole time I'm trying to find it. I'm like, where did I put this piece? And I couldn't find it, and my mind started to spiral at that moment. Just even in that moment, because that moment made me feel like, one, a failure, two, maybe you're clumsy, which I know I am, but still, like that feeling also led on to me not feeling like I was good enough in that moment. So what I had to do at that moment, I had to quickly pivot and realize that, okay, I'm not gonna find this pattern, let me redraft it. So during me redrafting this pattern, I realized that there were adjustments that I had to make to the pattern that I lost, which means had I used the pattern that was lost, I would have already made a mistake by making this garment with the wrong pattern, which in result could also mean that I would no longer have this client. So it's like, you see how a moment in time where you could feel like a failure, but that moment was for you to just trust that process. Now, of course, don't be clumsy. You know what I'm saying? Still have moments where you want to be organized, but in the moments where you feel like a failure, those are the moments where you just realize like there's so much more there's so much more to this moment that is to be taught. And you will realize that more and more each day, even beyond today. So just always remember to lean in, not with fear, but just with the knowing that you're already great, regardless of where you're from, you know? And if I could just leave you guys with something, it's for you not to search for the greatness that you already have, because it's already inside of you. I mean, a private jet, a nice house, and everything else, that all sounds good, but that comes from you already realizing how great you are, and then all these things will just come afterwards, you know what I'm saying? So with you being where you are and being, in this chair and about to embark on this whole new journey, just know that there's so much more that you have inside of you that's going to take you through each step. It's not about comparison. It's not about how loud you have to be, because it's always in the silence that most of the work happens. Like, people don't see the crying times. People don't see the time when you failed, and then now your thoughts are going in on you, and then now they're all asking you, like, well, how come you didn't get this right? Why didn't you pass? Because your mental wasn't there, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes when you really focus on an opportunity, you'll realize that when your mind is out of focus with who you truly are, that's when you mess up. That's when you lose focus. That's when the pen messes up. I even remember today I was taking a shower and something came in my head, and that was the same minute that the soap just dropped. And in my head I was like, see, let me just focus, because these are moments where I just feel like if we are able to hone down into who we are, then that's when all of the gifts will just flourish out. So thank you so much. I just hope that this encourages you. This is something that I know that if I was in your seat, that's something that I would want to take with me, because for so long for me, I felt like I had to fit in. I felt like Instagram was it. How many likes I got? Oh man, I don't have enough likes. Okay. How many likes does my friend got? He has more likes than I let all of that go. And once I let all of the pressures of the outside noise get off, then I was able to do what you guys are doing right now, graduate. And then I was able to go on to the next level after that. My life is still unfolding. So it's like for me to be here, it's such a privilege, it's such an honor. I have some friends that's in the audience that were able to come. I'm just happy that you guys are able to experience this moment, because this moment is going to bring you guys so much far, and just trust the process. Just trust the process. All right, thank you so much.